Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about reverse psychology. Is it real? Is it fake? I don't know. We're going to be discussing whether or not reverse psychology is pseudoscience. I decided to make this video because I found that when I searched psychology on Twitter or on Instagram, I kept getting posts about reverse psychology. People seem to really be interested in this topic, so I thought, why not make a video about it? Why not get some actual research onto what it is, how to use it, and does it work? If that sounds interesting to you, make sure to stick around for the duration of the video. If you do enjoy this video, I do ask that you give it a like, a comment, and even a subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this one. All right, and I think we can get started. So what is reverse psychology, technically speaking? According to the Cambridge English Dictionary, reverse psychology is a method of trying to make someone do what you want by asking them to do the opposite and expecting them to disagree with you. Okay, so I think that's pretty straightforward, and it is a basic definition of what I know of reverse psychology to be. However, I did want to come up with an example to demonstrate reverse psychology because I think that's the best way to get a good understanding of the concept. So, picture this. You are babysitting a child. That child does not want to go to bed. So you say to the child, I bet there's no way that you could get ready for bed and be asleep in 10 minutes. And then the child goes running up to their room to get ready for bed. I have used this when I used to babysit as a teenager, and I can say that it definitely worked. And this would be my prime example of using reverse psychology, at least the way that most people would think to use it. Now that we have a common ground as to what reverse psychology is, I want to discuss whether or not psychologists think that it really does exist. And in fact, the research points to yes. However, it is not as simple as it may seem. A professor of social psychology at the University of Arizona, Jeff Greenberg, says that reverse psychology is part of the greater phenomenon that is of reactance. Now, reactance essentially says that people are motivated to keep their freedom, and that when they feel that it is being threatened, they will quickly act against that threat. So, in my example from before, you were threatening the child's freedom to go to sleep, and therefore they felt obligated to go to sleep. The reason why I said it's not as simple as it may seem is that not everybody actually reacts to reactance. Research has said that people who are typically stubborn, very emotional, maybe even irritable, are the people that are more prone to reactance. Now, this is why we see children be the primary, I don't know if I should say victims, but victims of reverse psychology. The prime age for reactance is 2 to 4 years old. And thus, reverse psychology is likely to work on your children, on your toddlers. Now, think back. This might be how your parents got you to eat your vegetables. But is this a good parenting technique? Most people would agree that reverse psychology is manipulative. And following suit, most people would agree that manipulating children is not a great thing. However, there is the suggestion that using reverse psychology once in a while in a non-threatening way is not bad for your child. However, there is also the point that you may be teaching your child inappropriate communication styles. If you were to use reverse psychology a lot on your child, they will start to associate that as a means of communication and might end up using it a lot more than they probably should in their life moving forward. You also may be lessening your role as an authority figure. Essentially, you are providing a situation in which you hope that your child disobeys you. And so if you were to use reverse psychology over and over again, it is very possible that your child may stop thinking of you as that authority figure, which is obviously not what a parent wants. The big picture is that if you use reverse psychology not that often and with kindness and lightheartedness, it is very unlikely to be harmful for your child. Let's be honest, it may make parenting a lot easier. Now, reverse psychology doesn't have to always be used with children. It can be seen to be used in relationships. And now this is where reverse psychology gets particularly troubling. As I had mentioned before, reverse psychology is manipulation, 100%. And manipulation is a huge red flag when it comes to close romantic relationships or even friendships or other relationships you may have with individuals. Specifically with your partner, they may pick up on this manipulative way of communicating, which can lead to toxicity within a relationship and mistrust. Adults are very prone to pick up on manipulation. Whether or not you think you are doing it in a sneaky way, you probably aren't. And the bottom line is, 1, it probably won't work in the first place. And 2, it'll probably cause more problems than you had originally. So don't use reverse psychology in your relationships. The last place that research has been done into reverse psychology is actually with its use in teaching. And this is where we see actually some positive results. Reverse psychology has been seen to be incredibly powerful and positive when it comes to teaching children. And again, children are at that age where we can use it effectively. One example that I did stumble across when I was looking for research for this video was that teachers sometimes use reverse psychology by hinting that a optional reading is a little bit challenging and is probably too hard for most of her students. Now, essentially what has been seen to happen anyway is that some select students, not all, will see this as a challenge and a way to prove the teacher wrong. And therefore, they go about doing that optional assignment that they probably wouldn't have done if the teacher hadn't have used reverse psychology. Now, one group of people that I haven't talked about yet is adolescents. And adolescents actually go through a rebellious phase that is pretty typical. And research has also pointed to this rebellious phase being an interesting point where reverse psychology does seem to work. However, when using reverse psychology on adolescents, you have to make sure to be a lot more subtle than you were when you were using it on the 2 and 4-year-old children. So yes, reverse psychology is real. It works according to psychologists. However, it shouldn't be used all the time, and by no means should it be your main way of getting what you want. So feel free to use reverse psychology to benefit your children or even your adolescent students. You don't have to feel bad about using a manipulative tactic, as it probably will not harm them in the future, but it will work and make your life easier. And that is all according to science. So thanks for watching this video. I hope that you found it interesting. Please feel free to share with your teacher friends or your new parents, as it can definitely be a way to make their lives a lot easier. Don't be a chicken and make sure to ask your questions below. I am happy to answer anything and everything that you swing my way. Stay safe and stay happy. I wish you all the best, and I will see you again on Monday.